All right, we'll resume from where we left. I had explained to you that we need to obtain the concentration of the liquid phase reactant sodium sulphide, which we termed as B, in the liquid draining from the foam section into the storage section. Basically, if the schematic diagram of the reactor is indicated by this foam bed reactor having foam section and storage section, we have liquid flowing in and out in a continuous operation, and we have liquid which is being exchanged with the foam section. So, let us say the flow rate indicated was Q, same was the flow rate of liquid going out, and the volume of storage here was presumed constant at capital V. The liquid which enters the foam section does so at the volumetric rate Q1, and that is the liquid carried by foam bubbles emerging out of storage section from storage into foam section. And under steady state, hydrodynamic steady state, the liquid which is going up into foam section will be same as what is returning. And to distinguish it from the cross flow Q, we call it Q1. When we wrote a material balance here on sodium sulphide or B, we had the inlet concentration across the storage section Cb0. Inside the reactor, the storage section had uniform concentration B, which is the well mixed concentration, and that is the same concentration with which the sodium sulphide would flow out. So, the flow rates have to be equal. The cross flow Q in and out should be equal. The flow rate of liquid going into foam section and returning into storage section should be equal. Only then the volume of the liquid in the storage section will be constant, and the liquid hold up within this foam section will also be having a steady state liquid hold up profile with a constant average liquid hold up value. Okay. So, that material balance was straightforward except the fact. So, under hydrodynamic steady state, the volume of the liquid in the storage section is constant. Liquid hold up profile, say epsilon versus z, will also be independent of time, and with a corresponding average value epsilon bar. Justification of the average value was the liquid hold up dropped sharply near the interface and then became more or less constant for inviscid liquids. The material balance here was straightforward except for the fact that we did not know how to get this Cb1, the concentration of sodium sulphide or reactant B, liquid phase reactant B, in the liquid draining from the foam into storage section, and that was governed by the complexity of the foam structure here, polyhedral irregular bubbles following Plato's laws allowed us to idealize the structure of foam by regular pentagonal dodecahedron. And once we reconciled with the fact that the dodecahedra do not pack the space completely, leave out about 3% of the liquid hold up, space for liquid hold up in foam section, we realize that we can treat the entire foam section as made up of films of constant thickness, which we would indicate as say 2A, and this would correspond to the average liquid hold up that we can calculate from measured liquid hold up profile. The Problem then reduced to gas absorption, oxygen absorption in foam films, flat foam films of thickness 2a with a pentagonal shape and undergoing diffusion and chemical reaction. The second order chemical reaction, which is nonlinear, we argued can be considered as pseudo first order. That linearization allowed us to attempt a solution for this problem. Okay. So, the problem then was reduced to the following. We recognize because of symmetry now, we only have to analyze a single foam film, and once we analyze a single foam film, by making use of symmetry, we can obtain the information about gas absorption and through stoichiometry about consumption of sodium sulfide. So, it is here that we have the diffusion reaction equation, dou Ca by dou Tc equal to dA dou 2 Ca by dou x square minus K2 CaCb, where Ca is the concentration of dissolved oxygen and Cb is the concentration of sodium sulfide. Because this condition, which is a pseudo first order condition, is met, we can treat Cb to be almost constant within the foam section. So, K2Cb can be clubbed into a pseudo first order reaction rate constant lambda. So, that is the linearization I am talking about, going from the second order reaction to a pseudo first order reaction, which is linear in concentration of oxygen now. And this required one initial condition and two boundary conditions, and those are given by these. We make use of the symmetry of the foam film. That means, if we place a coordinate frame with origin 0 0, or in this case x equal to 0 at the mid plane, that means the two surfaces will be at x equal to plus a and minus a. Thickness of the film is 2a, right. So, at time 0, when the foam film starts out of storage section, on account of fast reaction, there is no dissolved oxygen concentration which is present. So, we could take the initial concentration equal to Ca equal to 0. That simplifies our analysis a bit. In general case, we may need to allow for some initial concentration to begin with. And because the film is symmetric, what happens at the right hand face is identical as what happens at the left hand face. And that boundary condition is derived from the physical understanding that in contact with the face of a pentagonal film, we have a gas pocket with volume equal to Vb by 12, where Vb is the volume of the bubble, Vb by 12 is the volume of the gas pocket. And therefore, if Ca star is the gas phase concentration of oxygen, that is in air, then Vb by 12 dou Ca by dou Ca star by dou Tc is the rate of depletion of oxygen in the gas pocket. Now, that is going to be negative quantity. Here dou Ca star by dou Tc, oxygen concentration will fall as a result of absorption. So, we must equate it to what is depleted from within the gas pocket is what is gained by the liquid. The liquid film has area this S, and the flux is dA dou Ca by dou x, and since we place the origin at the center, when you go from the origin towards x equal to plus a, you see oxygen concentration rising. So, that means dou Ca by dou x is positive, left hand side is negative. So, we must put a minus sign here, minus dA dou Ca by dou x times S will be equal to Vb by 12 dou Ca star by dou Tc. So, we equate these two negatives. The depletion given by dou Ca star by dou Tc, that would be negative, Vb by 12 dou Ca star by dou Tc is negative, and that is then equated to S times the flux dA dou Ca by dou x is positive, and since we can't equate a negative quantity to positive quantity, we must put a minus sign. At x equal to minus a, the conditions are reversed. This will be same, but the dou Ca by dou x there will be negative. So, we have to choose positive quantity. Alternatively, we could have focused only on condition at x equal to plus a, and we could have said that x equal to 0, which is the center line, will have dou Ca by dou x equal to 0. The two boundary conditions are equivalent. Symmetry, which means identity of conditions at the two faces, or using only one phase condition, and symmetry means the concentration of A is minimum at the center line. So, dou Ca by dou x must be 0. That is the problem we need to solve, but there is one more hitch here, and that is we have gas phase concentration on the left hand side. Ca star is the gas phase concentration. We can't solve this problem until we have replaced the gas phase concentration here in terms of liquid phase concentration at the interface, and there we make use of Henry's law. Even in sodium sulphide solutions, oxygen dissolution, we will allow application of Henry's law, which is written in this form: K Ca star is equal to Ca, K Ca star equal to Ca, or K Cag is equal to Ca. The gas phase concentration times Henry's law constant gives you the equivalent liquid phase concentration in equilibrium. And please remember, this is only true in this case at x equal to plus a. When you do this, take S on this side, multiply by K and divide by K, then we have Vb by 12 Ks, which is L, and you can write this condition as L dou Ca by dou Tc equal to minus or plus dA dou Ca by dou x. Because so far what you have seen, when the gas is contacted with liquid, is the interface with its zero capacity. It is a plane, so it has zero capacity. That is the point which is saturated. Yeah, exactly. At plus A and minus A, I am talking in terms of an equivalent at x equal to 0. Okay. And that will mean now we have an entire boundary condition in terms of A. L dou Ca by dou Tc equal to plus minus or plus dA dou Ca by dou x, and this Ca is nothing but K Ca star. You have to keep that in mind, because otherwise you soon land up into trouble. Please remember, this is condition only at x equal to plus A or minus A. Okay. Then I had asked you that you could attempt to solve this problem, this partial differential equation, subject to this initial condition and this boundary condition. It will be minus or plus depending on x is plus A or minus A, or you take just minus here and then write other condition. For all times at x equal to 0, dou Ca by dou x is equal to 0, right? Okay. Now let us see whether you have been able to do it. That was the part of your homework. Have you been able to obtain the Laplace transform of Ca subject to these initial and boundary conditions? It will mean taking Laplace of this, which will automatically absorb this initial condition. Because we have dou Ca by dou Tc, it will require Ca at time 0, Tc equal to 0, which will be 0 here. And you need to take Laplace of this, where again you have a dou Ca by dou Tc, but remember, this Ca is only at the interface. This Ca is everywhere in the bulk. So when you take a Laplace of this, you don't use at time 0 Ca equal to 0. You have to use this condition. At that time, T equal to 0, Tc equal to 0, at x equal to plus A, the initial concentration will be equal to K times this Ca star or gas phase concentration at time Tc equal to 0. That is not 0. Gas phase has a finite concentration, corresponding to that there will be that equilibrium concentration. If you do not note this, you will get some kind of redundancy, right. Some of you were quick enough to see that last time. Okay. Now presuming that you have been able to do it, can you write then what is Ca bar? Does anybody have that solution? If not, then let us start working in a tutorial mode. I would like you to talk now, no problem. Okay. So now, presuming that you have not done anything, let us start from scratch. Take this equation, write the Laplace transform, and Laplace transform will be integral from 0 to infinity Ca e power minus p Tc dTc. You start with this dou Ca by dou Tc equal to dA dou 2 Ca by dou x square minus lambda Ca. You start with this equation, dou Ca by dou Tc, the transient term, the diffusional term dA dou 2 Ca by dou x square, minus the reaction term, oxygen is reacting with sodium sulphide by that rate lambda Ca, right. So, you multiply it by e power minus Ptc dTc and then integrate from 0 to infinity each term, and that will be taking Laplace of this whole thing, and that would give you Pca bar. Remember, Ca is function of Tc and x. Ca bar, Laplace of Ca after multiplication by e power minus Ptc dTc and integrating out the time will be only function of x. So, this will be only function of x. Pca bar minus this Ca in the bulk at Tc equal to 0, which is 0, and that will be equal to dA is a constant, so we take it out of the integral sign, and Laplace of dou 2 Ca by dou x square will, after elimination of time upon integration with respect to Tc, will lead to d2 Ca bar by dx square. It will be ordinary second order derivative Ca bar. Minus lambda will become minus lambda Ca bar. Agreed? Now, let us transpose this term over here, combine it with the second term on the right hand side. So, that will make it minus P plus lambda in bracket Ca bar. Then divide through by dA. Transpose Pca bar to the other side. There is Ca bar here, there is Ca bar here. Take Ca bar common, and then you get Ca bar into minus P plus lambda in bracket, right. And then we divide by dA and you obtain your ordinary differential equation, which is ready to be solved. So, let us write that. Are there any doubts? Please ask. And I now want you to be alert and attentive. You may have to work quicker. Just do not rely on me solving it, I will make you solve. So, the differential equation now you get is d2 Ca bar, Ca bar is the Laplace transform of Ca, by dx square minus P plus lambda by dA into Ca bar is equal to 0. We now need, because of this second order term d2 Ca bar by dx square, two boundary conditions on Ca bar, right. And please remember, the initial condition at t equal to Tc equal to 0, Ca equal to 0 has been absorbed. So, we do not have to worry about initial condition anymore, that is used. We now need to transform the two boundary conditions. So, the two boundary conditions will be, let me write it again, L dCa rather dou Ca by dou Tc is equal to minus dA dou Ca by dou x. This is at x equal to say plus a. At x equal to plus a. I choose not to write in terms of x equal to minus a. Instead, I would say at x equal to 0 for all times dou Ca by dou x is equal to 0, because concentration of oxygen will be minimum. If that is the foam film, the concentration profile will be minimum at the center line. So, the gradient is equal to 0, right. So, now you Laplace transform this and then you Laplace transform this. Laplace of this condition will mean that at x equal to 0, dCa bar by dx equal to 0. And now we need to transform this condition. L and dA are constants. So, Laplace of the left hand side here will be L PCA bar minus CA at x equal to 0 at time t is equal to 0, and that is K CA 0 star, where K is Henry's law constant. CA 0 star is the initial gas phase concentration. CA is K times CA star. At T is equal to 0, it will be K CA 0 star or KG CAGI, whatever, and this will be minus dA dCA bar by dx. So now solve this equation subject to these conditions: x equal to 0, dCA bar by dx equal to 0, and for any time at x equal to plus a, we have L PCA bar minus KCA 0 star equal to minus dCA bar by dx. Is that right? This is a homogeneous second order ordinary differential equation, and I suggested to you that you use in terms of this equated to some k square, the solution for CA bar as a function of x in terms of cos and sine. I will tell you why we do this. Okay. So, define minus p plus lambda by dA as k square, and then solve this equation d2 CA bar by dx square plus k square CA bar equal to 0 as sum of a cos kx plus sin kx kind of terms with the constants, say a1 times cos kx plus a2 times sin kx, and then use these conditions, boundary conditions, to figure out the constants a1 and a2. And now tell me what is CA bar. All of you, I want you to work out, tell me what is CA bar, and be quick. Solution for CA bar as a function of x. Be careful with the sign. You can check the dimensions for correctness of your solution, but sign you cannot verify. At x equal to 0, dou CA by dou x equal to 0 will become dCA bar by dx equal to 0 in Laplace domain, and this condition will be that there is a L dou CA by dou t is equal to minus dA dou CA by dou x, L. And I can ask any of you to go to the board and solve. So, you be ready. Once you obtain CA bar, then you have to make use of that theorem which I explained last time. CA bar can be written as ratio of FP to GP, and then inversion could be done. Take this as k square minus p plus lambda by dA as k square. So, this becomes plus k square. Now, on the left hand side, d2 CA bar by dx square plus k square CA bar is equal to 0. Okay. K square is taken as minus p plus lambda by dA. Take this as k square, and then write CA bar in terms of cos kx and sin kx. Constants of integration have to be inferred from the transform boundary conditions. Please remember, when you take Laplace of L dou CA by dou TC at x equal to 0, it will become PCA bar minus k times CA star 0. CA star 0 is initial gas phase concentration, which is a constant. So, this k CA 0 star is a constant. So, who is ready to derive the solution on the board? And I would want people from back benches. Okay, go to the board and write your solution. Let's see. I want everyone to pay attention now. See how he has done it. And also see if he has made any error. I want it to be a collective solution. You have one more chance to understand. You have to use a little more bigger font size. Rub off rest of it. So what he has written is LPCA bar minus LKCA0 star is equal to dA dCA bar by dx. Have you written something else on the right hand side in that equation, Arjun? Just minus dA dCA bar by dx at x equal to plus a. Okay. Yeah. And you have chosen cos kx, drop sin kx because of symmetry. So you have to explain that, right? So originally when the solution of this equation is written, you would write this as some constant a1 into cos of kx, where k square is minus p plus lambda by dA, plus another constant a2 sin of kx. And if you use this condition, we know that the coefficients of sin kx must be 0. So you are left with cos kx term. That's what he has written here, a constant times cos of kx or beta x. Now it remains to find out the constant beta 2 or k whatever you have, a2. So you obtain now the constant, right? So write the solution. CA bar is now, yeah. So you have L into some kind of initial concentration equivalent in the interface. We have in the denominator LP cos beta A minus dA beta sin beta A. Is that it? Okay. Then you multiply by cos kx and then you get the solution, right? Does everyone follow this? All of you? So can somebody continue from here? You got CA bar now. CA bar is this LK CA0 star by LP cos Ka minus dA K sin Ka. This can be treated and then multiplied by cos Kx. So this L K Ca0 star cos Ka or beta A is taken as Fp. LP cos Ka minus dA P sin Ka, that is taken as Gp. So you have CA bar as Fp by Gp. The inversion of this for finite domain problems is, as I told you, recall summation n going from 1 to infinity Fp upon G dash prime exponential Ptc. Beta is your K. What I had asked you as K, he has taken as beta. That's the beta square or K square is minus P plus lambda by D. Okay. And now this value of P will dictate value of beta or K. So they are related. And we are writing the solution as summation f of Pn by G dash prime Pn exponential Pn Tc, where Pn represents P1, P2, P3 up to P infinity. Those are the zeros of the denominator, which means if you set Gp equal to 0 and solve for all roots of that equation, those zeros will be P1, P2 up to P infinity. For every 0 of the denominator, we write a term f Pn by G dash Pn exponential Pn Tc, and we sum it up. That is going to be the inversion. We have taken care here that this Fp doesn't blow up for any finite P. It turns out that there is a K here, which is a function of P. This cannot blow up. The denominator is Gp, that is equated to 0 to obtain P1, P2 up to P infinity. And so we need to now obtain the derivative of this denominator with respect to P. Understanding K or beta will be function of P. Got it? Right. You have only one P, that is the Laplace parameter. Okay. And P is related to K. So for every P there is a K which is related to it from minus P plus lambda by dA. As P changes, K changes. Over here, we have to treat this as a function of P and then differentiate. So once you do that, you should be able to obtain the concentration profile Ca as a function of x and t as a series. But it is not sufficient to obtain the concentration profile, because our objective is to obtain the estimate of gas absorption. So we had to differentiate that function with respect to x and calculate the gradient at x equal to plus a multiplied by diffusivity. Because dou Ca by dou x is positive, you just multiply by dA and that gives you flux, that is the moles per area per time entering the liquid from the liquid surface at x equal to plus a. But we are not even interested in the flux itself. We want to know what is the total amount of oxygen absorbed from bottom to the top. So that flux will have to be integrated over time, Tc ranging from 0 to Tc star, which is the top of residence time of the foam film in the foam section. The film is in contact with gas or air for total time of Tc star. So we have to integrate the flux from 0 to Tc star and obtain the amount of oxygen absorbed by one phase. Okay. So let me show you. The solution will be Ca equal to summation n equal to 1 to infinity K Ca0 star exponential Pn Tc cos Kn x by cos Kn a, and here you have 1 plus a by 2L plus Pn by 2 dA Kn square plus Pn square La by 2 dA square Kn square. That is your solution. This you will have to differentiate and obtain flux from. We will resume from here next time.